Hello beautiful people, I just wanted to create this video for you, for the folks working with you, just to kind of get your head around how to communicate Beauty Blend and Tremella to your community. Because sometimes I know there's a lot of herbs and it's like, how do we match these correct herbs to people? But as well, I wanted to make some distinction about why we're using tonic herbs for beautification and then what Tremella does in that conversation. So first of all, Beauty Blend. I've had this blend for quite a few years now. It's definitely got its own little cult following, especially when people see what the results are. I called it Beauty Blend because I just really wanted to make a contribution to people feeling for themselves and getting perception that radiance and beauty is coming from the inside out. Now, I know you guys aren't going to Clio magazine to find out what's beautiful this month, but you know, there's a lot of people out there still confused and in their heads about beauty, and I feel like through tonic herbalism, associating, you know, especially with this a flow of liver health, bringing somewhat of a cooling and amplification of our ability to cleanse the blood through the liver, and as well, that's especially the Schisandra and the goji berry doing that. Goji berry being an incredible methyl donor as well, so you know, helping that processing through the liver. Schisandra helping phase 1, 2, and 3 of liver detoxification. You got the longan in there doing some really beautiful work for the spleen to get that spleen chi flowing, and also some tonification to the heart. And so all really amazing things to ensure that beauty is coming from the inside out. And then the other combination we got there is the goji and the Schisandra supplementing the yin jing of the kidneys. And so what does that all mean? Basically, the Beauty Blend has these three, the three herbs, the goji, Schisandra, and the longan, and then we've got that third we'll talk about, which is the pearl. Those three first fruits, I guess you'd call them, they are getting in and doing bulk of the work to help cleanse the liver, especially. And so much of what we associate with beautiful shine, radiance, is coming down to the liver and our ability to process toxicity, tonification of general liver function, so that we're breaking down hormones at appropriate times and we're storing those essential nutrients and iron, which are going to help us really shine. And so that's the number one reason why this blend is really effective. At the same time, you've got a lot of protective compounds coming in through the Schisandra and the goji that are protecting the eyes, but as we know in TCM, the end of that meridian expresses at the eyes. And so if you've got that liver really shining and there's no deficiency of qi, you're going to see and being a part of the peripheral nervous system, the eyes being governed by the liver, you're going to see that you're going to protect the eyes, you're going to protect sight, and especially if there's chronic inflammation around that area, you're going to see, we can see that we have a vast improvement. And we obviously we associate bright eyes, shining eyes with beautification, and so that's why it's a really good one in that sense. Now, the microground pearl, so being aware that technically that's not it's not a vegan product, although we have many vegans that don't mind taking pearls coming from oysters. This is such an incredible herb when it comes to skin health, when it comes to liver health, and so it's bringing a little bit of cooling in through the liver. And a lot of people like that liver heat is coming up and creating all that tension in here through the shoulders, and so basically we've layered in pearl, and the Schisandra does this as well, especially to start layering off tension from the mind and the shoulders, because when you're tense, when your nervous system is tensed up, that's obviously going to put a big block in the amount of radiance you're going to be shining from your meridian and organ function. And so the pearl at the same time, incredible mineral supplement in itself, really really impressive array of minerals coming in, which is also magic for the cell expression, but then getting in there and helping skin metabolism from the inside out, and that's what it's been famed for. But it is a wonderful Shen tonic. So in Taoist tonic herbalism, that classification of Shen, which is mind, consciousness, our ability to calm the mind so we can get really strong heart expression. Basically, when there's a deficiency of Shen, we have an excessiveness of anxiousness, mental activity, always going to go against that radiance. And so that's the Beauty Blend. The other beautiful thing that it's doing there, it's a very well-rounded blend, despite just being 4 really famous beauty herbs, probably the 4 most famous beauty herbs in Taoist history that have been used by by the affluent, by the concubines to stay really youthful, keep their skin complexion rocking. Another huge reason that that's happening is because between the goji, longan, and schizandra, but especially the schizandra, it's getting in there and bringing circulation in through the pelvic region, especially for women, and it's really helping to nourish those sexual fluids. And so with that potency, we start seeing bottom-up radiance coming from the inside out. With that sexual essence being restored, we're getting the adrenals really tonified. Schizandra is a wonderful yin-jing herb. Goji is the primary yin-jing herb in the Taoist system, so that's holding the podium with the Hishu Wu. And so what we see is that it's going to do absolute magic for the adrenals, bring that stress down, and then boom, we get radiance. So skin, liver, eyes, absolute magic one. They can just mix it in with like a ginger tea. This morning I had it just like hot water, bit of grapefruit, bit of honey, banged in my beauty blend, and I'm off and rocking and shining. Tremella is a medicinal mushroom that is just going off right now, and once people, like, I'd suggest you even have a jar of Tremella there open with a little like paddle pop stick or something like that, and you can just let people try it for itself, because they won't believe how delicious it is. If you haven't tried it yet, just get it into you. It's like malt. You can put a big spoonful in your mouth. You got to be careful you don't eat too much, and that's not because of the effect. Like, the herb is so gentle that you can eat as much as you want, but like, then you're going to have a Tremella problem on your hands, and all your wages will be going to buying kilos of Tremella for everyone. But it's such a beautiful herb. It's, as a medicinal mushroom and a tree growing mushroom, of course it's and we're only growing on wood. We're not growing on grain. And so because of that, we've got the correct beta glucans, and so they're the immune compounds, an incredible modulator for the immune system. But at the same time, there's beta glucans in the Tremella that act like hyaluronic acid through our fascial system and in through our skin, which is what most people will recognize hyaluronic acid for, is bringing plumpness to the skin, bringing that moisture so we can actually hold water and not have dryness in our skin. Now, when you have that flow, when you have that lubrication, there's chi in there through the skin, you're going to have longevity of that organ. Now, the reason it's able to do that as well is because it's working so effectively on the lung chi. And so in Taoism, lungs are governing the skin, and so when there's an accumulation of chi in the lung, you're going to have the ability for the lungs to really govern the pores of the skin, the ability to hold moisture in the skin, amplify it. And so it's so magic on that front. People are frothing on this right now, and it's so magic for digestion. People are getting it and putting it in as the creamer in their hot chocolates, in their coffee, blending up that way, adding it to smoothies, and it's just got no LD50. It's like you can put heaped teaspoons in and it's going to continue to do magic. So I hope that kind of helps you communicate, just for yourself to know, for your crew there, and how you're going to communicate this to your community to find people that these herbs are going to be useful for. Of course, the great thing about tonic herbs is, we can use them kind of like, in a sense to treat like niggles or some symptoms, but the whole basis of it is our intention for long-term health and beauty. And so get this into people's lifestyles, and it's going to be, then they'll absolutely love it. But make sure you try them out as well.